hates recording. The one thing, guys, about doing recordings outside is I can't always see the camera so well. What's going on? Well, hi, everyone. It's Bronnie here again for another day in Bronnie's world. And it's Thirsty Thursday, the 5th of January, 2023. Would you believe it? Oh, my goodness, this first week's going really fast. And again, we've got a lovely, glorious day here. So I thought I'd come outside. And my guest today is the fabulous Lany Sharp, and it's snowing where she is in the USA. In Kansas, I believe you are, Lany.
Yes.
Well, listen, guys, Lany is a legend in this industry. That's what I'm led to believe, and that's what I see. And so I thought she has a kind of a funny story or a unique story. Actually, everyone has a unique story, don't they, guys? Anyway, and her and her husband, the antics they get up to. But anyway, I love Lany. She is the laughter medicine. She actually, her and I would get on really well because we're both huggers. So we would get on really well if we could actually physically see each other. But everyone talks about how Lany's a hugger, and she lives, you know, she's in the country. I'm not going to tell you anything more about Lany. I'm going to hand it over to her and she can tell you her story herself, because Lany, you are, in my eyes, a legend, and I love you, and I love listening to you every time I get the chance, and have lovely long chats when we chat. All right, well, take it away, Lany. The floor is all yours.
Well, this is just a pleasure and an honor to be on your program with you. Your little tips and your recordings are amazing. You've done this for over 1,000 days, and I am just so impressed with what you do and how you do this. So that is really cool. And you know, Tom and I do live in the country, but we live right on I-70. So we're out in the middle of nowhere, but we're on the way to everywhere. So people come by the house and they stop and spend the night, or, you know, they just honk when they go by. It's so funny because we have a truck driver, James Earl Moore. A lot of you know him. And he comes by and he'll call us and he'll honk on his way by. So it's just really fun being here. And Tom and I actually have 3 children. And that was one of the reasons I got into, one of the reasons I got into the business and the industry. And that was in 1972 when I started. It was because we have children and I didn't want to go out in the workforce. I wanted to stay home with my children. And so that's what I did. So I got involved in a network marketing company back then, and that was the Big A. And, you know, I had a great inventory in my garage, and I delivered to a lot of customers in the Denver area. And so it was really fun to do that. I was also very, very involved in school. And so, you know, you were talking to me last night about being on the school board. Well, when my kids were in grade school, middle school, and high school, I was on 3 task force committees with the school board and with the school district, and got the Volunteer of the Year award, and was presented by the governor of Colorado with my plaque. So that was pretty neat. But it was a very, very exhausting time. And I would come home from a meeting, I'd feed my family, and I'd rush out to another meeting. And so that didn't do me any good as far as making any income. So the network marketing part of it was really awesome. And I've been in a few other ones, but the Big A was my beginning. I was 28 years old when I started. And my husband and I are both 76 right now. And we have 3 of our wonderful children. We have 10 grandchildren, and then their spouses. And now we also have 4 great grandchildren. So those are the reasons why I love doing this, because it gives us the opportunity to be able to go watch our kids play sports, our grandkids, and hopefully in the near future to watch our great grandkids get involved in sports, because I'm sure they will be. You know, that is just one thing that they'll do, even though the two in Texas and all those kids were football, the two in Texas will be their girls, the greats. So, you know, who knows? They may be in football too by then. You
never
just
know,
never
or
know.
ballet or anything.
Right. So anyway, we just went along and we joined other companies, and then our one company became part of Longevity. And that's where our home is. Those people that we were in business with became part of Longevity, and then they left. And so we were here, and we became we became 3 stars after they left. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who you're in business with. It just matters what your dream is and what you want to do going forward in this amazing country of ours. You know, we just have.
Hey, I'm in Australia, remember?
I know you are. I know.
It could be anywhere in the world.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. You know, people say, well, how did you build your business? And I said, well, it certainly wasn't in our little town of 1800. You know, that's all the people we have in our town. So it's like all over the United States. It's everywhere. And it's in Canada. I met a guy on a cruise once, and he was from Canada, and he joined us. You know, so that it doesn't matter where you go. It just matters how you put your heart into it and how you want to help other people. And that was one of the biggest things, is bringing the nutrition to people. And especially in today, when there's no nutrition in our ground at all. We live in a country right here out in the country where there's lots of crops, and it's depleted. And the ground is so dry, and so there's no nutrients in our ground anymore. And so that's one of the reasons why Tom and I are so involved in our nutrition and being well. And it's so much fun, just the two of us here. My husband is an avid hunter, so he hunts a lot. We process our own meat, and we can do that because we have an income that keeps us going, even though we're both retired, and we have, well, I will say semi-retired, because I have families.
You never really retire in this industry, do you? Because it's a love industry, isn't it? It's
yes, and it's like Tom Chenault
with heaps of beautiful people like you.
It's like Tom Chenault right here in the picture. That's him and my mother, and it's like he just tells us to love and love like crazy, and then love more. And that's what this is all about. It's giving to each other. It's being a servant. It's being a servant leader, because as leaders, we can serve so many more people. And it's all word of mouth. That's the other thing that's so exciting. You know, a lot of people will do a lot of social media, but they don't have to. All you have to do is get belly to belly and talk to people. You can see so many things happening out there with different people that you meet in every single day of your life. You
Absolutely.
just talk to them, and it's like in Australia, I'm sure you go out there and you with the fires that were there a couple years ago, and the floods, and you have things that can help those people clean up their houses and keep their houses clean inside as well as around the outside. We have so many things that we do, but Tom and I are, like I said, semi-retired. I still clean houses, but it's because I love the people and I love to serve them. That's why I clean. They're little old ladies, and then there's a couple of families, and it's just part of me. And I go 2 or 3 times a week to clean these houses, and these people are like my extended family, other than longevity and the rest of my family. So we just love doing this. We love learning so much about people, not, the books we read, the people we meet, the leaders out there in so many different organizations like the ANMP and GoPro. All of these things give us so much. And Tom is always sending out book reports, basically, you got to get this book, you got to get that book, read this book, and isn't that the way we lead each other? Is to, wow, I if you know something that you really, really like, let's say that it's Z Radical is one of your favorite products. Are you going to keep quiet about that? Or are you going to share that with other people? The difference is we get paid for sharing it.
Yeah,
If we went to a movie, they aren't going to pay us to tell other
no,
people about the movie. But when we have a product that we can share with other people, that's what makes it so special.
yeah.
And
I mean, people say, don't they? They say, "Oh, but I'm not a seller." Well,
that's right.
I'm not a seller either, and you don't kind of really need to sell here. Actually, everyone sells. That, if, like you said, you go to see a great movie and you tell everyone about it, how much you loved about it. Do you realize that you've just networked? Do you realize you've just sold that movie to someone? And this industry is no different. But like I said, except for we earn commission if they actually happen to buy it.
Right. And so that's the thing. There are people out there that are in brick and mortar businesses who they know about network marketing, and they put a label on it. They put a label like a pyramid plan, and they try to fit their brick and mortar into the network marketing business. And that's really hard to do. We're working with a guy right now that really is so awesome, but he's trying to put a square peg in a round hole. And he knows it, and he admits it. So, we just work with him and give him all the suggestions we can, because we are so fortunate, and I'm so grateful, all of the training that we get to have. Think about where you started when you started doing your 1,000+ videos. Where did you start?
Jumping on a trampoline.
Right. See, and that's how, when I first started with the network marketing company and I was asked to be on phone calls to train people, I was scared to death, to the point where I was crying on the phone. I would get so emotional. And so, because I thought, how can I train these people? But
With your heart.
You absolutely, with your heart. You start out, and then you just become better and better. And I've done several calls, and I was on the Hair on Fire call every morning for 7 years, and every day of the week. And I love that time. However, it's great to be able to turn it over to somebody else who was ready to take my place, and who was even farther advanced than I was, because I wanted to be where I was. I didn't want to go farther with that. And so thank God for those people, because we always have somebody else that can step up to the mic and do their thing in a great way and share so much with all of us, and be better than the one before, or just as good as, or maybe not as good as, but different. And that's what it's all about. We all have our own ways of getting the point across. And it gives us confidence, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. And you know, that's what I love about all the guests that I've been having. They're all different. You're all unique, and you all have something special within you that people can resonate with, you know, 'cause like yeah, it's just, that's what this business is all about, is the different personalities, and it's not just one fit, it's everyone can fit.
Yes, that is so true. There are so many different walks of life, and so it's such a diverse industry where,
And the people too.
yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. You know, and so we have a place for everybody. It's just, we have to find out what they want and then go forward to help them accomplish their dreams and their goals, because they probably don't want to do what I do. They have a different agenda than I do, but
Well,
it's
not everyone wants to come and do a daily tip every day. They don't have to do that. That's just
right.
my thing. That's just something I did that
Yes,
had nothing to do with the industry even. It was just to help people.
absolutely. And that's how, what I've found with longevity. We have so many loving and caring people that they're always there for you. If you call them and say, would you, they will. More than likely, they all will do what we ask of them. And that's what makes us such a tight-knit family and makes longevity a big family all over the world. And we
That's
are everywhere. We have people in the Philippines, you know, and so, and I don't know where else. I mean, Canada, the Philippines, all over the United States. That's
well,
what
I've
it's
heard
all
people in
about.
Australia and places as well. So Japan and Singapore and New Zealand, because I'm in Australia, in the UK,
Absolutely.
you name it, that there's probably someone there. And if there's not, there'll be someone that knows someone there that is like, I have a missionary friend in Kenya,
Oh,
and
yes.
I, you know, he loves our products, and as my service to him, you know, to help him continue God's work there, I do my best to send him, you know, the vitamins and minerals and stuff that he needs to help keep him healthy, because he had got unwell at one point and was actually home on furlough, and he couldn't believe that these specialists couldn't help him. These, you know, exotic specialists couldn't help him. And I sent him our 90 for Life pack. That's all I sent him to start with. And I think I sent him the Choreo as well, because he loves the Choreo, you know, the
Yes.
Benadryl drink sticks. And within a week, he was messaging me and said, who would have thought that just getting my nutrients and stuff would make a difference? And he, you know, hadn't felt that well in a very long time, and he was able to go back to Kenya, you know, much fitter and healthier than what he came home on furlough with. So I do. That's my service to him, is to get them sent to him as often as I can. It's not as often as I would like, but
Yes, but that's the thing, you know, and we have to keep reminding people, where were you when you began these products? How did you feel? And it's even really a good thing to say, write down how you feel right now before you start these products. And
yes,
then, you know, because so many of them forget that they were that sick.
Mm.
And,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
yeah, and then now they're all better. So it really is a good thing just to keep a little bit of a journal to
It's
let
like
them.
that want to lose weight, right? And
Right,
we help them get on a weight loss program, and we say to them, make sure you weigh yourself, measure every part, take photos. So you've got your before photo. Oh, I don't like taking photos of myself. Well, you don't have to show anyone right now, but down
right.
the more for you to see down the track that yes, you have lost weight. And even along the way, you know, I've had a few different ones. Oh, I don't think I've lost anything. It doesn't. And then they look back at their before photos and think, oh yeah, I can see the difference.
Mm-hmm. And
Only be
here's,
small at the time, but as they go along, and it keeps them spurred on, and they, oh well, it is working, and that you're right, they forget what they will.
and here's a tip. You talk about weight loss. So, some people, they may not want to spend a lot to get rid of, to release that weight.
Yeah.
So there's just 3 products that would really work in a month. And that is the TMR, the Eat Less, and the Stay Energized. And that's like $101 for those 3 products. And
Except
it's
we
like,
have to stay energized in Australia. We have the other 2.
oh, well, maybe soon you can get that one too, because I'll tell you, with those 3 products, people in 30 days, it's guaranteed money back. So in 30 days, you'll know whether that's going to help you or not, as long as you do what you're supposed to do during those 30 days.
I must find out a little bit more about the Stay Energized and see if there's something that we can get here in Australia that we can replace that with. Like if it's just for energy, if it's an energy thing, we have electro fuel or the rebound, or it's just So
Right.
I'll have to.
Yeah,
That's
check it.
Stan and Laura and Stan one.
Yes.
I'll ask them about it because they've mentioned it before. So, and I
Yes.
keep forgetting you. Thanks for the reminder to ask them.
Well, we have so many different products. That's why.
We have their plant-based one down here now too.
Oh, I think that is so awesome to be
Only
able to
just
have.
released here, but
It's just like the TMR. What shake went to Mexico first? The TMR. That
there you
was
go.
the first shake that they got in Mexico. How exciting is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great shake. It tastes good and it does a lot for your body. So, yeah.
I actually had that for my breakfast this morning.
Oh,
The
good for
one.
you.
The chocolate one.
Yes. Well, I use the TMR a lot in my waffles.
Okay.
So I will put the extra protein in my waffles, and then I don't use as much flour because I do gluten-free flour. But when I use the shake, then that takes up some of the absorption and gives us extra protein in our waffles.
Yeah, we actually trying to find a way. An elderly friend of mine makes beautiful Christmas cakes, and this year she used the gluten-free. She was trying to think, I want to really, because she's very good with gluten-free. She's 89, and
Wow.
I think she's 89. She's up at the late 80s anyway, 87, 89, somewhere around there. And I forget because she doesn't look her age.
Right.
Anyway, so we had given her some gluten-free flour because it's she said, oh, it really irks her because she likes to be gluten-free and she couldn't find gluten-free flour where she was going. So we bought it where we go and shop and gave it to her. And she said, it was rising really beautifully. And then just near the end, it sunk. So the fruit obviously is too weight. It didn't sink a lot. still
Yeah.
tasted absolutely amazing, but there's just this little dimple in the middle. And so
Yeah.
we need to find a way to do that. And I'm wondering whether the vanilla TMR shake would be something to add to it that would
Might help.
might help. Because
Mhm.
normal flour, whatever they add to it, I don't even want to think, obviously holds the weight of the fruit, whereas
Right.
the gluten-free flour doesn't. So there's a thought. Thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
That's a great tip. And it's not even Tip Tuesday. It's actually Thirsty Thursday, guys. Oh, but
Who
anyways,
else? If it's Thursday, is it Thirsty Thursday?
yeah, that's what I call it.
Yes. So we're talking about drinks, right?
Yeah. Yes. And TMR is a good one.
Yes, it is. And
Total
then,
meal replacement for those guys who don't know what TMR is and want to ask.
yes, total meal replacement. And it's one of the best tasting shakes out there on the market.
It is. Well, I love it, and and that what's great is, you can have it with. I have mine with water. My husband prefers his with
I do
milk,
too. Mhm.
and I'm happy either way. I can have it either way, and you can add things to it. Did you know if you add our super greens to it,
Oh,
it
yes.
actually tastes like it tastes like those peppermint chocolate biscuits.
Yes, yes, chocolate mint.
So I nearly always add the super greens to it as well. So,
Okay, so have you ever made ice cream with it?
No.
So
No.
you just put a bunch of ice in your Ninja or whatever, your blender, and you put a little bit of liquid in, water or milk or cream, whatever you want to put in there with the TMR, and then blend it up so that it's solid, pretty solid. And then it's like ice cream.
Well, there you go. I'll have to try that.
Yeah. It's amazing. I like it. I don't know that my husband
you
likes
don't have
it.
ice cream in the middle of winter over there with all that snow. You could just look. You could do what they do in what's that movie? It's the one of the oh gosh, forgotten it. Anyway, one of these movies where the Yeti is out there and he makes ice cream with the snow.
Yep. Yeah.
What's it called? It's right on the tip of my tongue. It has the big blue guy in it. What, I've forgotten his name as well. Sully. It has Sully in it. It'll come to me. Anyway, I can hear all these people saying, "It's this promise, this is," and it's not Ice Age either, by the way. It's the other one. Ink. Something ink. Right at the tip of my tongue. Isn't that terrible?
Well, I'm not helping you at all.
No, you're not. Monsters Inc. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Bronnie, the processes.
Yes.
Oh, dear. See, and then we can just add some TMR to that, and and the super greens, and that would make we can sell it to the Eskimos.
Yes. There you go.
Yetis, right?
Right.
Bigfoot, or whatever they want to call it. And actually, there's another one called Littlefoot. I think they might do it too. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But you get the drift. You get the drift.
Yes.
If you haven't figured out, I love cartoon movies, animated movies.
Mm-hmm.
Just me.
And
Well,
one more thing I'd like to say about longevity is this. When you build your business, then it allows you to pay for your products because of the thank you checks that you get each and every month. So that is a big thing. And I believe it's probably more than we've ever had in any other business we've been in. So I just, it's just a great place to be, and there's great people, and Tom and I are very happy being where we are.
Well, and you know what? I'm really happy that you are where you are too, because I get to spend time with you and I get to see you one or
Ye-
two times a week, depending. Well,
Well,
anytime I want, I can see you, can't I?
yes, you can. And if I'm there,
If
right?
you're not, well, I'll just message you and ring you in the middle of the night.
Right. Well, it was a wonderful call last night and I enjoyed visiting with you. So,
Oh, look, I loved it too. I enjoyed it. Well, Lany, I better let you get back on with your day. Well, you've been,
yes, we have another Zoom that we're doing in a little while here with our weight release group. And the name of our group is the Releasers. So
oh,
we are
that's a good name.
we're releasing clothes, we're releasing things around the house, we are releasing weight, and we're releasing inches.
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
I
Yes.
quite like that name. That's a very good name. It's so many things we can release mentally,
Yes.
physically, and emotionally as well.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I better let you run along, Lany. Thank you so much for coming and being my guest today. And as I ask everyone here in Bronnie's World, very nicely, to stay safe, stay informed, be empowered, but do not live in fear, my friends. And when you come and join us and get to spend time with the awesome people like Lany Sharp, you too, my friends, will be powerful, beautiful, brilliant, and most definitely very brave. God bless you all, and I'll catch you again here tomorrow in Bronnie's World.
God bless you. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Pleasure's all mine, Lany. See ya.